All right, Hangouts is live. And of course, YouTube is lagging behind as normal.
I didn't do it.
There we go. YouTube is there. I don't know if everybody's in the room yet. Hey, Midnight Range. All right, let me get started. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. I also answer questions or whatever you want to ask me. Put it in the chats or send me an email at rickslifeasIseeit@gmail.com or at spottedrick.com. Also, normally within 24 hours of this show ending, the audio file is on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes for your listening pleasure. And I got T-shirts over at Spreadshirt. Just type in Rick's Life or Spotted Rick, and my stuff will come up. Also, I am running a Indiegogo thing right now, trying to help me and the channel get brand new stickers and patches for my show to give away as prizes and to sell. So that's that. And what else was there I was going to mention? No, that's about it. I think I got it. Oh, yeah, I'm broadcasting on YouTube and gunchannels.com. Go over there if you're not a member. It's a great place to be. Also, just on a personal update, I got a note stuck to my mailbox. My cat, the one that went missing, has been spotted.
Oh.
The street's down, so I got some friends keeping an eye out for him. Unfortunately, with the hip operation, I'm a hell of a lot better, but I can't go shooting around the neighborhood yet. I'm not strong enough. So, there we go. Hey, Rich. Gun-loving Grandpa Stanley. Good to see you. Glad you're all here. Just if anybody doesn't know, I'm back. My hip surgery went fantastic, and I'm feeling really good right now. I mean, this time last Saturday, I couldn't stay comfortable, but now I can sit here for a couple hours without any problem.
Like my new backdrop?
Oh, I like that. I want one of them.
Yeah. You know. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. But I was telling a friend of mine, my hip feels so good, and the agony I was in, I didn't realize how much pain I was in until I had this done. I feel like, for lack of a better phrase, I can't wait the doctor to give me the okay to go driving and stuff like that. I want to get back to participating in life. For the last year, to 14 months, I've just been really stuck in this apartment and only going out when I absolutely had to.
You know, it's interesting when you're in any kind of long term like chronic pain like that. It's really interesting how your body gets used to it, and you really don't realize that. And then when you alleviate whatever the problem is that takes the pain away, how much better that you feel.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I didn't realize how bad I was in. I mean, I still have the back problem with the constant backache, but that's the next issue to take care of. With all my other disabilities I got. But I tell you, I feel 100% better. And I think, according to, I go see the doctor Monday. It's coming Monday. But I was talking to him beforehand. Actually, I was talking to him while they were prepping me to go into surgery. I said, well, I'll be able to stand at the shooting range and shoot instead of using my scooter. He goes, yeah, you should be able to if it all goes correctly. I thought, that's great.
Well, we'll see you shooting. That means you're going to start doing 3-gun here in the next few weeks, right?
Actually, talking about that, on my Bradford Sportsman's Club here in Rhode Island, they have actually just started a 3-gun league at the range. So it might be something to look into. I don't know if I can do that yet. Don't you have to run to each stage?
Well, I mean, if you're interested in winning and your time, yeah, but you could certainly walk it. Wouldn't be anything wrong with that, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing on this. Midnight Rain says, I have a chronic lack of money problem. Yeah, I got that one too.
I think we all have that.
I do like that backdrop. I want one of those, Night Strike.
Yeah, I've got the fan on. That's why it's swaying back and forth. So
okay,
because it's hot out here.
I'm planning on.
May have to turn the AC on.
Now I'm feeling a bit better. I plan on trying to set up this green screen thing I got and see if I can figure it out. I've been looking at.
Well, you gotta have a backdrop, like something like this, but it has to be all green.
Oh, I got one.
You got one?
I bought one. I got one.
Where'd you get yours?
Green. I've got the lights that shine on it and everything else.
I need to get that. Rick, you're gonna have to link me.
Yeah, and I've got. Oh dang! Hang on. There you go. And I've got the. I've been looking at OBS. I think I figured out how to do it. I think.
If you need help, just ask.
For right now, all I want is a static picture behind me, like if I'm sitting on the beach or something like that. Or I think you done it one time, Clover, when you had a rack full of guns behind you, rifles.
Oh yeah, you should use pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I want to start with anyway, so I get the hang of it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can do the pictures, you can do anything because the process is the same. You would use a video or a website or something like that instead of a picture. So once you get down how to do the pictures, it's gravy from there.
Okay. All right. Hey, John Brown Productions is in the house.
Hey, John.
On my panel so far, I got Glover Tech and Night Strike. You guys want to say hi? I know we already started talking, but
shut up, you're infringed.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. All right. I got a few topics to start with.
No step on snake.
Is everybody's heard about Whoopi Goldberg and her outburst on Judge Jeannie Pirro? Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah.
I mean, she's suffering from the Trump derangement syndrome. I love that. That's a good title for all those liberals. It really is. But
she suffered from a lot.
It's more than just that.
A lot more for a long time.
Yeah, so. But from what I'm reading on the articles from off air, when she stormed off, she spat at the judge and told her to get out of the effing building. I don't believe this. Also, I was just reading, talking about not her, but that philosophy. That young, actually, there's a video of it. Kid in Washington State in Seattle. Seattle's in Washington, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Washington. Yeah.
Washington State.
He's walking down the street with his, "Make America Great" hat on. Somebody pulled it off, spat on it, and told him to get the F out of this city. I tell you, some people are really, really having issues here. I mean, it's kind of funny sitting back watching it, but it's one day somebody's going to
do that to you.
Somebody's going to get hurt one day. You know what I'm saying? If somebody comes up behind me and whacks me on the back of the head and knock my hat off, I might be thinking they're trying to attack me and pull my goddamn gun and shoot them.
Yeah. And what's not funny is that it's a double standard. Whoopi Goldberg won't get into any trouble. They want, they want blacklister her in Hollywood or anything like that. They can, those people can do stuff like that and literally get away with murder, right? And then if somebody's even remotely right-leaning or conservative, all they can do is just say something even out of context, and then next thing you know, they're blacklisted and, cancel their shows and all kinds of stuff. I
bet you'll be a long time before Judge Jeannie ever gets invited back to Hollywood.
I don't know why that particular show, I don't know why anybody it's been garbage since the day it started.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even get, it's held up as some, big standard and a banner of political women or something. I don't even know, but it's
a banner of political women that are only left leaning.
Even when there was, right leaning women on the panel and stuff. It was still it's a trash show. Come on, it's daytime TV. You know,
It is.
it's right
That's
up
what
there
it
with. There's a reason it's in that time slot, and it's because it's not supposed to be taken seriously. But everybody does, and they point to that in late night news and everything. They always point to the View and the View, and I'm thinking, isn't that the show that comes on the same time as soap operas? You know, how serious can a show be if they stick it in a time slot with soap operas? Come on.
I'd rather watch Days of Our Lives than that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, the View is a live soap opera where the other ones are recorded.
I'd rather watch the recordings.
Oh, I know what I forgot. My competition from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I did, if everybody was listening Wednesday, I said you all had a chance to re-enter it. Just listen to the last few minutes of the broadcast. And a couple people did. So what we got here is a Glock pin, a patch here for Flight Light. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but got a bunch of stickers here. Got a Glock pen. Got a Glock mini key ring. And I dropped something on the floor here. Let me get my picker upper here. And the other thing was one of those, what do you call them? Drives you stick inside of your computer. So, all that is the prize for the mailing question from a couple of weeks ago. And it was an easy question. What it was, let me get my piece of paper up here. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. In the U.S. Army, with your rifle, you qualify to one of the 3 levels of competence. What are the 3? And what I got written down, the answers that I found were marksman, sharpshooter, and expert. So, and now we want to get my random pick. And guys had 2 weeks, and I had 5 people write in. You know, but that's okay. That means the people that wrote in have a better chance of winning. So, let me hit my button here on my magic randomresult.com and see who's won. He's won again. Roosted Films.
I would say if Roosted won last time, you got to give it to somebody else.
No. Roosted, no, I'll let him win. I can't remember the last time he won, but it was very recent. But if I said you could only win one time a month, my usual 4 or 5 people wouldn't send anything in.
Okay, you got me there.
So there we go. But I've got some new stuff for today's quizzes, which we're doing a little while at the halfway point. So there we go. There, Midnight Range says, Night Strike, Rick, and Clovertech, 3 levels of shooter. Okay. Talking about
I've got proof that I can hit a target.
Yeah.
I've got proof.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But what I was going to write in here is, I see the old left is really, their brains are blowing out right now at the top of their head. I mean, Trump's invited Putin to the White House now. They can't believe that. Also,
they not believe, they can't handle it.
Yeah, well, handle it. You're right. What's this one here? Oh, yeah. On the Trump, here's a question I got for you guys out there on the panel and in the chat. Right now, that thing with Trump's old lawyer and the New York Times have got this film or this tape of him talking about maybe making a payment to this person for so-and-so. Now, question is, if I thought even if it was recorded, it was not patient confidentiality, but lawyer, between lawyer and the person there, the confidentiality. They could
lawyer-client privilege.
Yeah, and also, if it was seized under a search warrant, how in the hell did the Times get it? Somebody had to give it to them, leak it to them. You know, isn't that breaking the law? I mean,
Yeah.
or am I missing it?
Yeah. Well, it's not. That's where it gets sticky. It's not technically breaking the law. It's more of a civil issue.
It's bad ethics.
And also not admissible in a court of law. But civil stuff, and then when you're dealing with the law as opposed to like crimes, when you're dealing with crimes, that's a different side. Criminals different side than civil. So, you know, I guess theoretically, if they could ever trace it back, figure out who did it, who leaked it, whatever happened, you know, that person could be potentially civilly liable.
Yeah.
But the genie's out of the box, or out of the, you know, whatever at that point, right?
Yeah, you're right. I was just curious. That one, you know, I'm thinking, well, if it was, you know, done under a search warrant, how in the hell did they get it? You know, but you made a good point there. So
they get lots of things. They obtain lots of things in a unethical fashion.
Yeah, I'll put some links out there if everybody wants to join in the chat panel. So there you go. Also, I don't want to. While we're on this subject, and I won't forget, is we're bringing Night Strike into here about his. He says he's got proof of his shooting. He has a target here. He wants to show people. Talk about.
I don't necessarily want to shoot it, but
Ready?
I think it's safe to say. Here's the reason why you don't buy champion targets. This is a 3/8 inch AR 500 plate from Champion Targets. And hey, you see these holes? That's what Night Strike does to targets. He breaks AR 500 targets. Apparently, this thing said it was rated for 22 long rifle, 17 HMR, 223, 5.56, 2250, 243, 7 millimeter,
Okay.
7.62 by 39, 308, and 30-06.
Rick,
I don't think so.
Rick, can I have permission to treat Night Strike as a hostile witness, please?
Yeah,
It was a gift. I didn't buy it.
What? So let me ask you this: what caliber did you shoot it with?
5.56.
Because I can't tell that. What, FMJs?
FMJs.
At what distance?
About 30, 40 yards.
Well, duh. 3/8, freaking 5.56, 30 yards. Duh. With FMJs, duh. How was it hung? Just out of curiosity. Shepherd took, or on the chain, or how'd you have it?
Off a wire.
Oh, did you? Okay. So
I just use wire. Just, spend no expense on that.
yeah,
It's all
30
copper
yards.
wire.
Yeah, 30 yards with FMJ. Yeah, duh.
But it said it could handle it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't believe that.
No, 3/8. No, not that close. Not with a FMJ.
I doubt this is even AR 500 in the first place.
It's probably not, but they are. I've seen them. They are listed as AR 500.
It's listed as AR 500, but here at 50 yards, where's the thing on this? At 50 yards, you can see how I chipped it with 7.62 by 39.
Yeah, that's on the edge though. That's going to happen. Yeah, you're going to be able to chip the edge.
I got a couple dents on here.
I mean,
from 7.60 by 39.
Where it's advertised.
There's a dent from 7.60 by 39.
Yeah, it definitely did. It sure did. Yeah, 50. Yeah, 50. 75. Be willing to bet you back up to 75, and it'd be
that one.
Be okay on that.
But
But does it specify it on the?
It doesn't specify what yard you have to shoot it at either.
Yeah.
So.
That's one of the things where you just got to, get into steel, start looking at specifications, and then, and then like you say, then you got to trust that what they say is right. And there's a lot of stuff out there that they say is AR 500 that's not AR 500. They'll take like AR 450 or AR 400, and because it has a little bit higher rating, they'll just go ahead and round up and sell that as AR 500.
Yeah, I don't believe this is AR 500 at all, but they're advertising.
It's probably not. It's probably 400, and it rated out at like 420. So they said, "Oh, we'll just call it 500."
But either way, I hit the target. I hit the damn target.
I would hope so. If you were shooting a freaking 8-inch piece of steel at 30 yards with a freaking 5.56, I would hope you could hit it, dude. Come on.
Still.
Midnight says, "How was it hung?" That's a pretty personal question.
It was hung better than Midnight Range TM on an off day.
Hey, Just Dano's in the house. So is Sean. I sent you an invite, an email, Sean. Just Dano. I put a link in the gun channels and over there on YouTube if you want to join in the chat.
I'm going to do a video about this, by the way, and this is proof that Night Strike can actually hit something.
Yeah,
I got holes.
Well, have you actually measured it? Is it 3/8 or is it quarter? Because Dano said in the camera
it was 3/8.
Looks like quarter. So
it's not quarter; it's 3/8.
Okay.
So, but again, don't buy champion targets and you're fine.
By the way, Federal makes those. In case anybody's wondering.
Grim says, "Wow, he hit the side of a barn."
Right.
I don't have a barn. That's the problem.
You ain't gonna win Night Strike. Just face it.
I know.
Yeah.
I can hit the target, but they're still gonna give me shit for it. So whatever.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Moving on. Another topic I picked up, which I thought was kind of not libertarian, but liberal, left leaning, was by the media. I mean, it's a sad story. I mean, dad of two of the high school down there in Florida, Douglas, whatever it was called. Mm-hmm. It says dad of the high school students, survivors, shot dead in his store. Why bring up that his kids were a survivor? They weren't even. You know what I'm saying? It just seems weird to me that they're just trying to push the anti-gun thing.
They're trying to push the narrative. Oh, look what happened to the survivor's father. Stating that gun violence is so bad that while the child may have survived, the father didn't because he was shot by a gun. It's the stupid narrative, and it's the stupid mindset of the left in general, saying that, oh, look at this bad thing that happened, and let's all point at it and go on and on and on about it until people start believing our lies and our misinformation.
Yeah, you're right. So, what I was saying is the media, it gets to the point where I don't know. I try not to read that kind of stuff anymore. It just gets me frustrated.
I don't read that stuff.
I know it's downright, all they're doing is they're just twisting words to make it sound, I mean, it's like getting clickbait when you're making a YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's what I personally think. What else I got written down there? Oh, yeah. Good old California, the Ninth Circuit actually voted
against California.
Yeah, on the 10 round maximum limit on magazines. It was unconstitutional. Now
it was on magazine capacities in general.
Yeah, magazine capacity to 10 rounds. They can't do it, but it was done by the 3-court panel. Will it go forward to the 9-court and get overturned yet again?
Well, it depends.
Probably.
That's what I was thinking.
But question on that, because I don't know how this works. I know if you have conflicting courts, then I know that at that point it can get kicked up to the Supreme Court. So if it's the same court but conflicting judge panels, I wonder how that works. I've never looked into that.
I don't know how that works either, but I know sometimes it's happened in the past, and I think it does get kicked up. It can be kicked up to the Supreme Court.
That would be interesting if it went to 9 and then they decided differently, and then they said, okay, well, let's kick this up to the Supreme Court. And now that we got Kavanaugh in there, Supreme Court says, yeah, no, you can't do that. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I got a feeling they're going to pick up. See, I mean, from what I've been reading and listening to is that the reason they haven't picked one up is because when all these cases come forward and they review them, 4 judges have got to say, yes, we're going to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're only getting 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So with him being in the court, they should at least get 4. It still might not, it still might get voted down 5-4 the other way, but at least it be, at least it will get looked at.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. That's what a lot of people fail to realize all the requirements. You don't just stuff doesn't just go before the Supreme Court willy-nilly. There's a process for that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to meet all the requirements, and it's really demanding. It's not just has to meet requirements when you're talking about the justices and them agreeing to take it and all that kind of stuff, but there's requirements that put quite a bit of burden on the parties involved as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, to get it up there, they've had to do it. They've had to cross all the T's, dot all the I's to make sure it's correct before it gets up there.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of with Supreme Court's cases, a lot of it's either corporate or it's state, right?
Yeah.
That are taking cases because those are the only people that have the money to do it.
Yeah. Oh, you're right there. Oh, what's Rick say? That wasn't the ninth saying that the mag limit is unconstitutional. It was just them upholding a stay on its implementation. Oh, okay. To a later date. Okay, I gotcha. Oh well, there we go. But what can you say? Oh, I did hear tomorrow night. If anybody ever listens to Armed American Radio, tomorrow night at 8:00 Eastern time is when it starts. Actually, the first half hour that judge that was on The View, she's going to be on there live.
Oh, nice.
In case anybody's interested. So, okay. Oh, my next thing here, this little, where, let me find it. Where is it? This was sent to me by Mr. Knives. That there's an initiative trying to get put together, Initiative 1639. That would impose new restrictions on gun owners and buyers. And what it is to have on the 4473, I believe. I mean, this article I'm reading is very vague, but what they're trying to do is to have a Surgeon General's warning that guns can be dangerous.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I don't think it's going to happen, but they're going to try. He just sent me the link there the other day, and I just said, I'll bring it up. See what anybody got anything to say about it.
It ain't happening. There's that gets all off into I think standing precedents when you start getting into the CDC and how they research, manage, and do their warnings and all that stuff when it comes to firearms and gun violence and things of that nature. I don't think that they can do that. That's you have all of those warnings and stuff in manuals, on hang tags, on boxes. Well, what I'm telling you is the CDC's hands are tied as far as taking money and stuff, getting funding to do some type of a bias study, one that could be agenda driven, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm using that to spill over into the Surgeon General and basically say the same thing, that his job, their job has nothing to do with the forms and stuff, because the actual item, just like every other item out there on the shelf in every store in America, has their warnings. Firearms come with those too, whether it's on the box in the manual or on the hang tag, they have their warnings. So
true.
That's not the place, and I don't think there's any room for any type of authority to put that in an ATF document.
I don't think so either. But I said the article he sent me was very, very vague. But I just thought I'll bring it up as a topic,
you know, it's interesting, and I mean, it just goes to show they'll try anything, right?
Yeah. You're right. So, oh, we're at my halfway point here, so we got my quick quiz. And for this, we got I don't even know what that represents, but it's looks like a charging handle patch. And I got a whole handful of stickers here. Oh, I got one that's worth. It's not as expensive or valuable as a Clover Tech production sticker, but it's pretty close. Coast Tactical sticker. And I've got a what you call it sticker from G Webs.
Van sticker.
You know, Owl and Anchor sticker.
I've lost my Van sticker. I can't find it.
I can't find mine either. She gave me one in Tulsa. I can't find it.
Rifle Association. A bunch of other stickers and stuff in this little thing here. So this is the quick quiz, which we're going to do right now. And let me get my question. Hang on, let me find it. What did I do with it? Okay. Everybody should know this one. If they don't, get your Google page ready to go. And I'm going to put this in the side chat for my panel here. They will already know the answer without me doing it, but you know. So the question is,
can I win if I jump out?
what was the names of Samuel Colt's parents? That's the guy who invented the Colt pistol.
Yeah.
What was the name of his parents? There we go.
45 and long.
That's not what it was.
Now you can look it up on Google. Come on, guys. Mom and Dad, Midnight Range says.
Mr. and Mrs.
Hey, man, that is true, though, mind you.
Mom and Dad and Mr. and
It's
Mrs.
a Christian name. Now, come on, people. Hey, Ohio 45. Didn't see you over there on Gun Channels. And Patrick.
Be an ironic twist of fate if it was Smith and Wesson, I guess.
Well, can I give him a hint?
Yeah.
Samuel Colt's father shares the same name as Clovertac.
Just Dano says weak question.
I don't see you answering, Dano.
No, I don't see anybody answering.
I don't see anyone. No.
The only one person I know here who can answer it is Sean because he sent it to me.
They don't have their Googles handy.
You guys have your Google things going?
They're trying to run to their Google devices now. See, if you had like Amazon, whatever that thing is, you could just talk to. You could just holler across the room. She'd give you the answer. And be good to go.
Yeah, just
okay.
Dano says.
Well, you're close.
Oh, he was close.
You're close.
You're close.
Father's name right. So, you just got the mother's name wrong. Well, the information I was given. So.
I go verify it.
Michael G got it.
Yeah, Michael G, you got it. Christopher Sarah. That's it.
Yeah, there he is. He corrected himself. So,
Michael G, if I don't have it, go ahead and send me your mailing address, and I'll get that out to you. You're the winner of that. Then for the end of the hour quiz, the write-in one, another bunch of stickers here, all kinds. But now this one here is worth a fortune. This is an actual patch.
Oh, that's the patch.
Oh, you got the patch. I don't even have the
actual big patch.
Yeah, I've got a patch. It's cool.
So I have the patch.
That is for the question at the end of the show.
Hold on, let me jump out so I can answer right away.
You know. So we'll get to that closer to the end there. So, all right. Let me write on. Oh, I better write on here who won the prize earlier. We got Roosted. And who won the instant one? Michael G.
Michael G.
Yeah, Michael G. Yeah.
Michael G. Okay. one time I done that, and I was going to mail them out, and I couldn't remember who won them. I had to go back and listen to the damn show. uh, anyway, okay.
I have more of a problem because I'll send stuff out and I don't write down that I've sent it out. And then later on, I realize something and I freak out and I'll email them and go, "Did you ever get this?" And thank God they're honest.
Yeah. Oh, talking about that, has everybody got everything that they want? Because I sent about 6 or 7 things out all at one time. So I haven't heard anything saying, "Where's my prize?" So I'm hoping everybody got it.
Do you put anything in the thing, Rick? But I don't. I guess other than when you sent me some those stickers, I haven't got anything. Do you put? Well, you're not on like Instagram or nothing like that, though, are you?
Well, I have an Instagram account, but I don't use it.
Oh, okay. See, what's cool? Something you can do is put a little piece of paper in there with like some hashtags, like hashtag Spotted Rick or something, right? And kind of get that going like over on Instagram. And then when people get their stuff, they can take a picture and then post it. And then that serves a couple of purposes. First of all, it's nice because you know that they got it, right? But then it helps too because other people can kind of see what you're doing and giving away and all that good stuff. So it's good for promotion too.
Grim says he got what you sent him.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I should start using it. I mean, I actually have a Instagram account. I have a Twitter account. I have Facebook. Actually, I have a Rick's Life Facebook page. Believe it or not, you know. So
wait, Rick has a life since what?
Yeah, I know. And actually, all those things, if you on YouTube, if you go below the screen where it says more information, you click on there. All the links are there for everything I got. I've even got a web page that I done years ago. Well, not years ago, last year sometime. I haven't updated it lately because I said, I don't know, I need to get more into it. But I said, now that I'm feeling better and stuff, I'm going to start doing that kind of stuff. I was just getting by in life basically for the last few months. So there we go. All right, next thing I wanted to mention was, you see that congressman is asking the governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands to send him all the information he has on that law where they can confiscate weapons in the Virgin Islands. And the thing is, the governor has renewed this law, or whatever he calls it, 6 times, and nobody's questioned it. So they want to know, has he actually, it's unconstitutional is what they're trying to tell him, but has he confiscated anything from him? And
so they're trying to find out whether he's confiscated. If he has, then I don't care whether he lives in the Virgin Islands or he lives, in Seattle, Washington. He broke United States law. And hey, guess what? He's still held liable to United States law.
Yeah, because even though the Virgin Islands, what do you call it?
A territory.
A territory?
Yeah, territory.
Yeah, they still fall under government law, right?
That territories still have to follow, regardless of what anybody will tell you. Territories are allowed to have their own laws, yes, but they have to follow the Constitution and territory of the United States of America, of which has to follow the Constitution.
Yeah. I mean, and what the governor over there is saying, well, what he has it for is in an emergency, like if a hurricane comes through or something, and there's rioting, his people can have arms and ammunition to they have quick access to weapons.
I don't like promoting violence or anything, and I'm not going to promote violence, but I'm going to say in South Carolina, even if there's a hurricane, no one's going to try and disarm you because we like our guns here. I'm sorry, we just do.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody likes their guns. I like my guns.
I mean, here's why I hate to say this, but it pretty much rings true. In my area, which is a bit more out in the country, you try and disarm someone because of a hurricane, you're liable to get shot for it. So no one does it.
Yeah.
One advantage to living out in the country.
Well, there's different, I know there's different territories. There's like incorporated and unincorporated and all that good kind of stuff. And then the way their makeup is in Congress, I think they get a representative in Congress, but they don't get a senator. And then or they get a representative in the House, but they don't get a senator. And then I don't think their representative can even vote on the floor. He can't participate in a floor vote.
No.
He's basically just there. He can I think they can draft and submit to committee and do some things like that. But when it comes to the floor vote, I don't even think they can do
They
anything.
can only watch, observe.
It's really weird. I don't understand. And I think I do understand. I think my territories are done that way is because of population, honestly. It's very, very sparse, typically.
Plus, also, you don't want one little island dictating policy for the entire country.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, what they do out there,
It's different than what we do
sets
here.
the presidents to do something here, maybe. Yeah, because they're such an outlier and they're not intertwined into especially the lower 48, right? But then you've got Hawaii. Then you've got Hawaii and Alaska, which sorta are territories, right? In a way.
They're full blown states.
I know they're full blown states, not strike. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean, as far as them being outliers and all that, why would it be different for them than it would be for, let's say, the Virgin Islands? Why? What's really the difference when it comes down to it?
The only difference is Alaska. While yes, it's not connected directly to the United States of America, it's still on the North American continent.
Yeah, but Hawaii's not.
Hawaii's not. No, it's true.
But okay. Without, it's been years since I've been to school, so.
Well, I'm sorry, Rick.
There's a reason. Like Puerto Rico, right, falls under American law. They need to. There's something that's got to be different before they can apply for statehood. And that's what Hawaii and Alaska did, right?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is different. Now they had a vote to see whether they should call for a statehood, and they had one on the vote on the ballot for this because it was its own thing. They had one answer for yes and like 3 different answers for no. Like, why? If you want to become a state, why can't it just be yes or no? It don't need 3 other different types of no's. It's just it is or it isn't.
Well, not necessarily. What were the other types of no's?
I don't.
Because maybe they were no, but we want to keep our current status. No, but we want representation. No, but we want to be able to vote, or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, they don't get you can't have your cake and eat it too. You either become a citizen.
I didn't say that you could, but that don't mean they can't put that crap on the ballot.
And that's probably what they did. You're right, but they can't honestly believe that you can be part of the United States as a territory and still be able to be representative. Representative. I don't think you can do that because nobody else does that.
Well, if you're subject to the same laws, regulations, and the Constitution, then you're under that. You're entitled the right to vote. So where does the clause that supersedes, where does that come into play? So there's an argument to be made. Look, Jack, if we've got to abide by the Constitution and the laws and the regulations, then you're being discriminatory by saying that we can't have a voting body in Congress as well as a vote of the people, regardless of whether you call us a territory or state. So there is an argument to be made there. And somebody's probably made that over time, surely.
I don't disagree.
Anyway, I don't know if this is directed at you, Night Strike, but Phoenix goes, it's either on target or it is not. Oh wait, he won't get that one.
Hey Phoenix, Phoenix,
It's hit or
this is
miss.
for you. It's on the fucking target. It went right through. So
Went
Phoenix,
through it. Nope, it went through it. It ain't on it. It went through it. So
Phoenix, when you can hit a target like this and do this to a target, then you can talk.
You're so bad that even when you hit the target, you don't technically hit the target. You phase through it and hit what's behind it. So that's
Shut
horrible,
up.
dude. Come
Yeah,
on.
so if it went through, like when you normally hit still, you get that sort of beautiful gong sound.
All right.
So if it went through, you didn't even get that.
It probably made a little noise. It should have.
Okay, now Rich says here, territories don't get a vote in rep; they just get an observer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're, like I said, I think if their rep is a member of a committee, I think they can vote in committee.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not a floor vote for sure.
Yeah. Then he goes, Puerto Rico isn't a standard territory; it's a commonwealth, which is getting closer to being a state than a territory is.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's where I was talking about the different levels. You got levels of territory because we've got territories that literally have like 6 people on the island, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of that? You know, how do you represent 6 people in Congress? I don't get that, but yeah. So you got to have varying levels.
Rich goes, what? Night Strike's not telling you that was from 3 yards.
It was not.
It was definitely close. Night Strike's not the tallest guy, so Night Strike can't possibly have the longest gait. I think. Let me finish. You let me finish. That's fine. I admit to it. It's not a problem. That's irrelevant to what I'm about to say. You're not the tallest guy. You don't have the longest gait. I think that you need to invest maybe in a tape measure so that you know you're 35 yards, because I think maybe you're doing 35 paces and you're shorter legged than you think, and 35 paces is actually like maybe 18 yards for you.
I have photo proof that I am taller than you. Don't give me that.
That has nothing to do with it. Quit changing the subject.
It has everything to do with it because
No,
your
it
logic is
doesn't.
flawed.
It's not logically flawing anything.
No, never mind, Night Strike. It was a good try.
I can't catch a break with any of you guys.
You're not. Yeah, if you haven't learned by now, you're not going to win, dude. Come on.
Okay, my last thing I got here, which it depends how you want to look at it. I'm not trying to get religious on anybody, but there's I lost the link. I need to start writing these things down or bookmarking them. There's an Air Force base that has a POW MIA display from, on the base itself. And they have had the Federation of Religious something or another. Anyway, they had a Bible on the table. And they've had to remove the Bible and put a book of faith on there. Because they said it's not fair to people who don't believe in God.
Okay.
Which I think is maybe I'm biased. Like I said before on this show, I mean, I believe in God. My perception of what God is to me.
Okay.
You can have a God, doesn't mean I don't. I mean, I relate it to my 12-step program, right? It says, you come to understand the God as I understand Him. It doesn't mean you have a God, I have a God. I don't have to understand what yours is. As long as it works for you, that's fine. And mine works for me. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I can't see a problem with the Bible.
Rick, read Phoenix's message out there.
If it makes you feel better, Night Strike, every time Clover Tech does videos from his truck, I can't help but picturing him using a roll-up ladder to get into the truck.
I've got steps. You can believe that.
Yeah, Rick's God as he understands it.
That'd make a good. That would make a good show name, I think. There, Rick. Like Rick's God is as I see it.
Yeah.
Rick, all I have to say to those people that don't want God on memorials and whatnot, okay, They need to get all their money out. They need to give it to me because they don't believe in God. Because newsflash, on your money, it says in God we trust.
Whatever.
So they don't trust in God, so they don't need that money.
That's bull. Come on, that's just a hollow argument, dude. Come on.
That is.
You're telling people, oh, give me all your money that you need to survive and live and eat on, because you don't believe in God. That's just silly, dude. Come on. That's a lot different than a book sitting on a table at some type of a memorial.
It's a memorial, though. Well, they're not disrespecting the dead.
People are way too sensitive on both sides of the whole religious thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both sides. People are way too freaking, just get over it. Yeah. Everybody, just get over it.
I mean, I know they tried it in the past, but the way the country is in the last, basically since Trump took office, are they going to try to take, like God we trust on our money and all this stuff? Isn't God mentioned in the Pledge of Allegiance? Are they going to try to take it out of that? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they'll try if they can get it. If they can get it. Don't think they won't try it, because they will.
Well, it's hard to separate religion from humanity, which makes it hard to separate religion from politics, right? So, they'll be talking about this 100 years from now, and nothing major probably will have changed. We're all guided by whatever you want to call it. I mean, you can say that you're just an enlightened person, but at the end of the day, somebody that really sits and ponders life and things beyond, they're going to sit there and think, okay, where did the enlightenment come from? Is that a higher power, or is that just, I've got a superior mind, because of biology? Everybody's going to have their own take on that crap. And I think that you got to get over it. I mean, you believe what you want to believe. I believe what I want to believe. As long as we're not trying to kill each other, harm each other, degrade each other, or whatever, then let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say with this. It was part of the display. Let it go like that. I mean, that's the same as, where they've taken down all the Confederate stuff from the Civil War.
Well,
it was a different time.
Kind of, but I mean, I can sort of see I do kind of see the Confederate thing in a way. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think the people that call for that, because they've been there for, over 100 years.
It's just not.
I think the people that just now have a problem and are calling for it, I think that they're just butthurt.
Why?
But, but I do see potentially, I mean, that's representative of a fairly dark time in the country. I get that, and it being in the public square, now should they take them down and lock them in a basement where nobody ever sees them? No, I don't think so. But I think that there can be, a place where you could put them in a, I don't know, some type of a museum wing of a courthouse, or have some type of a designated place for that kind of stuff. Yeah, more or less of a memorial, some type of a place there. And as far as private, especially if you're talking about like a private university or something like that, right? That's just silly. I mean, there's buildings and universities and things that are named after these people, and just because somebody fought for the South during the Civil War doesn't necessarily mean they were a slave owner, or that their reasons for fighting that may have been totally different. You got to realize there was black people fighting in the Confederacy as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to think, the way I'm looking at it is, it was a different time, different era, but if people don't know about it, we're doomed to repeat ourselves.
Yeah. But we've deviated into a culture or a society that for some reason we feel entitled to restitution and or retribution for the wronging of our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that. I mean, because it's kind of almost like a Hatfields and McCoy syndrome. It's like, the guy that lives down the road from me, we're the same age. Well, his great great grandfather didn't pay back the $2.50 he borrowed from my great great grandfather, 80 years ago. So I'm going to go over and knock on his door and demand that he pay up what his grandpa owed my grandpa. That's just stupid. Come on. It's the same thing as a religion. Let's get over it already.
Oh, yeah.
That's stuff that old people did a long time ago. Let's look at it for the lessons we can learn and the historical value. And my lesson in that particular case, or analogy rather, would be I'm probably not going to loan any money to my neighbor down the road because the apple probably don't fall far from the grandfather tree, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, just to me, it was just something from back then. I'm not condoning it was right, but it was part of history. Here's a good example. The latest thing. Oh, it's almost quitting time. The latest thing here. When they're going on about we're separating the children and the immigrants, putting them in a cage and everything else. What did the Democrats do during the Second World War?
Right.
Here in this country?
Internment camps.
Internment camps, or they were basically concentration camps for the Japanese.
Well,
Japanese immigrants.
There's two options there, right? If you're not gonna separate, if you're not gonna separate and house the kids somewhere else, then you've got two alternatives. One is to lock them up with the parents. That'll never happen. That's internment camp style crap. That's not going to happen. The next is to just let people just freely roam over the border whenever they want, with no type of enforcement of repercussions or enforcement of regulations. And that's honestly not going to happen either. I don't see that happen. I don't think the immigration thing is really going to get much better anytime soon. I don't think it's going to get much better. However, I think that it'll continue to be somewhat enforced. So, and then, if you step back and you look at immigration, the whole illegal immigration as a whole, you'll realize that, first of all, these facilities the kids are being held in, the pictures are like temporary. They're there for like literally 48 hours or something, right? That's just like a temporary holding facility so they can get a bus from Texas to wherever that's at, or here or there, and get these kids on it and get them into the actual housing facility. Once they get those kids into the housing facility, dude, I'll go live there. Send the bus to pick me up. I'll go live out there and get 3 good square meals a day and have access to a pool and video games and a pool table and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
It's like staying at the Ritz-Carlton, man.
Oh, yeah, Central Air,
Yeah, heck yeah. We're not talking about tent city. We're talking about nice buildings, right? And then, so you look at that and then look at, the vast majority, over 3/4 of the kids that are in those, they came here alone. They have they didn't come with parents. Or they probably, maybe they traveled with their parents and at some point they got split up. So who knows where their parents are at, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. Anyway, my hour is about up, guys, so we're going to cut it off there. I just want to remind people, since we got more in the chat, about my Indiegogo campaign to get patches and stickers for my channel, where I can give away as prizes and sell some too. So just want to remind that. And if there's any bigger channels out there, you can always promote it for me if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it.
I did last night, Rick.
Good man.
So I'm gonna start doing that now that G Webb's his inventor trading card. Inventor whatever playing card thing is over. Yeah. I'm gonna start putting yours out there for you, and I'll jump in on it before it's over. I promise. But
I appreciate it. Anyway, so the write-in question for this week's show, send to Rick's Life as I see it at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Now, if you send one to each email, it's still only one vote. It doesn't count as 2. Just want to let you know that. So, the question. Now, this is a good one. This was sent in by Sean again, so he can't enter. In the 1996 film, The Quick and the Dead, what caliber does Court, played by Russell Crowe, shout out for when he needs a second bullet to kill Spotted Horse? There you go.
357 Sig.
So I'm going to read it again. In 1996 film, The Quick and the Dead, what caliber does Court, played by Russell Crowe, shout out for when he needs a second bullet to kill Spotted Horse? Now, you don't have to watch the movie. I would imagine you can find it on Google. So send it to rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com by midnight Friday. And we do the answer next Saturday. So with that, we'll go through the panel. Got any anything you want to promote or anything like that? Clover.
Yeah, I mean, other than your Indiegogo, I'm gonna say get over there, throw a little money that way. Rick gives away, I mean, obviously he's giving away all kinds of stuff today, and he does every week. So get over there, help him. He's not getting some stuff for him to hoard and set on. I mean, he's trying to get stuff to give away to everybody out there. So get over there, throw a few bucks his way. That's all I want to do. Thanks for having me, Rick.
Appreciate it. Nice try.
I have to do this. I have to do a shameless plug. Palmetto State Armory. I've got a bunch of these stickers if anybody wants one.
Well, send me some. I'll give them away.
I'll send you one.
All right. Hey, you never did send me the new Night Strike sticker.
I haven't got them yet.
Oh, okay.
I've ordered more because all the ones I had, I've already given out or something because I can't find them. I've looked all over. I can't find them.
And unfortunately, the whole bunch of stickers I had that were freely given to me. And I said that before, by it was G Webs from Gun Channels worked out something with what's called Alan Anchor.
Alan Anchor.
To anyway, I think they've done them for promotion for me, so. I said, I've run out. That's why I got to start buying them now, basically. So I just want to let people know. So anyway, that's it. I appreciate it. I will be back on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. with Rick's Life as I See It, Shooting with Disabilities. I know that the whole show's not based on that per se, but we get there. We do touch on the subject before we go off on a tangent. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here, for showing up on a Saturday afternoon, and we will see you next week.